So much pain! So much pain!
I swear, man. I hate when I have to make these videos, but it has to be made. I'm actually disappointed in this chapter of One Piece, Okunichi's Oath. And you're like, Drizzy, the same chapter where Marco clashes with Big Mom? Carrot slices the eyes of Paraspero? No, you can't be talking about the same chapter where Queen acknowledges Zoro and Sanji, points out that Sanji's part of a Vinsmoke and neither possibly alludes to Sanji being the strongest? No, you cannot be talking about the same chapter where a pool holds off both X-Drake and Zoro. Drizzy, you cannot be talking about the same chapter where Nami declared that Luffy will never stop trying to become king of the pirates. But the reality is, I am. And the problem I have is that Oda, he got some type of simping problem. That's what it gotta be. We in the community been clamoring, please give Nami. Please. We want to see the other Straw Hats who haven't been getting other actions. Nami, Usopp, Chopper, Robin. Please give them some action. Please let us see them in a life and death fight. And when they're finally in this situation, Oda skips more than half of it? See, I couldn't believe it. When I was reading the chapter, I was confused at first because before Usopp takes the headbutt from Artie, he says, not again. I'm like, not again? What are you talking about? And at first, I thought he was referring back to Alabasta because you remember he took the bat to the face and he was in the same situation then. His shit got all cracked up and all that. So I'm like, maybe that's what he's talking about. But no. I keep on reading, and I'm like, why is Nami on the ground? I didn't see her take any damage. And then you look at her, and it's not until you get to the panel where Nami declares that Luffy won't never stop trying to become king of the pirates, that you see that Nami has marks on her forehead from taking headbutts from Artie. What? Oda! What are we doing here? See, I was fine. When Oda skipped other fights, Aokiji, Sakazuki, when he skipped other fights like that, when he skipped the Law versus Hawkins, when he skipped Sanji versus Page 1, I was a little taken aback by that, because we didn't really know what happened by that, but I'm like, all right, whatever. But now it's getting too far. We got main characters in the story in a life or death fight, and it's getting skipped. It's getting skipped. You tell me the reason. Is he sipping because he don't want to draw violence for Nami? What is it? What are we doing here? You cannot skip that. In the moment, for me, Lost Sting, I feel like this would be a moment. And in the anime, I know it's going to be way more amazing than what it is in the manga because they're going to give us that fight. We're going to see all the extraness. And then we're going to get the moment. No, we don't even see Nami take no damage. And here she are. We supposed to believe that she in a life or death situation? Jesus Christ. I hate that I have to come on here and do this shit for One Piece, but it has to be done sometimes. And Tama comes in and she saves Nami. And now you're sitting back like, oh God, let's hope that Tama's, I forget the name of her. Let's forget her power does not work. Woo! Could you imagine if Tama's power worked on page 1 in Artie? Do you understand what I would have to do to One Piece? Do you understand the video that not only me, but bigger creators in the community are going to be forced to make. This, like, you can't keep skipping fights like this. And I was enjoying this chapter so much because Marco, without no regards for anything, clashes with Big Mom. Big Mom yokes him up, grabs him by his fucking neck. I'm like, yo, I'm hype. I'm hype. I'm hype. You know what I mean? We get a low because look, Brooke we find out Brooke is immune to the plague, and we probably could have used our common sense for that, but I didn't really think of that. And then I was a little irritated with Chopper because I'm like, bro, you on a battlefield and you that unaware that you got infected? You that unaware? So I'm like, all right, whatever. That's Chopper doing Chopper shit. So other than that, we get the Queen. We get Queen talking about them. We get a pool holding off Zoro and X Drake, and then we're skipping fights, life or death fights with Usopp and Nami. You can't tell me. You can't give me no excuse. The only excuse that I think is valid is that Oda is trying to line up the timing. He's trying to line up the chapters right. So chapter 1000 will be this big bombastic chapter. That's the only thing I see. But even still, because I never been the type to care about little things like that. Oh, it gotta be the most amazing bombastic chapter ever because it's 1000. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see that. I don't mind that. I think it's great for the community. But when you sacrifice things like these, when you got a perfect opportunity to give us something we've been missing, Usopp and Nami tag teaming against these guys, even though they lost, I think we gotta see that play out. We gotta see Nami take the headbutts. We don't just get to see her on the ground and make the inference assume that she took headbutts. We gotta look at the panels. We gotta look at the wording. We should see this shit. And it just disappointed me so bad that I can't even do a full chapter discussion. I gotta talk about this. This is what I gotta talk about. Because I think it took the sting out the moment. It took the sting. Think about, let's think back to Alabasta. Let's think back to Alabasta where Usopp had his declaration for Luffy. I won't let Luffy's dream be made fun of. Think about what was happening. Think about the ass whooping Usopp was taking. Think about all the bones he broke. Think about how deep he was into a life or death fight. And then for him to declare that in the middle of the fight and then finish the job. That hit the soul. This ain't hit my soul because I didn't see Nami do shit but talk and run. It took the sting out of a moment that could have been so beautiful. I could have been sitting here saying, yo, Oda's amazing. Look what he just did. Look at Nami. Look at Nami's determination for Luffy. Look how much she support him, willing to give her life. And we know how cowardly Nami is. We know how cowardly Luffy is. But when they have these moments in a life or death situation, it hits different. And Oda took that away by skipping the fight, man. I'm not going to keep, let me relax. Let me relax. Because that's the thing about this chapter. Majority of this chapter, I was enjoying so much until you find out that Oda decided to skip yet another fight. And this time it's with two main characters and two major antagonists of the arc. Two main characters and two antagonists of the arc. The Toby Rock got this huge reveal. Can we see something, please? Look, I'm not going to stay on Oda's case too much because I still think he the GOAT. He will make up. Trust. I believe I have 100% belief in my heart. When we get to chapter 1000, he's going to blow our minds. That's what I have in my heart. I have that type of belief. But when I see bullshit, I got to call it out. When I see bullshit, I got to call it out. When I see someone cutting corners, I got to cut it out. I gotta call it out. That's it.